Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US stocks for the 7th of July. Today we cover Apple, Facebook and Amazon. So starting with Amazon here on the weekly chart, we've got wave 3 over here, an A and a B and a C wave here, as it makes a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for the A wave, the B wave and the C wave here, and then 5 waves in the C wave here for wave 4. The move up here, I can see that it can be counted in different ways. What we need to do as traders, though, is wait for a setup at the 3,000 area here. So just visually looking at this, we can look at this as 1 and 2, nice strong third wave here, fourth wave here, and the fifth wave expanding up to 3,000 for wave 1 and pulling back for wave 2. So on the daily chart, it would look a little bit like this here, where we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and moving up here for wave 5 here. That will basically start to see 3,100 and 200 slow this market down here as group 1 does that indeed. So also 2 here with group 1, the top of group 1 here, the 3,300, if that finds support, then the market's going to leave this number here. So normally what we'd find is that the market having its correction at this level here would basically have a swing range of this degree here. So from 100, 200 and 300 and down to the 28. In fact, group 2, it can come a little bit lower to the 272 and the 65. But anyway, we can expect some sort of correction here, and we can also expect this market to push a little bit higher as well here. However, if it, like I said, if it finds support on top of group 1 here, 3,300, then it's going to continue to the upside at that particular point. So, one of the other counts that I can put forward here in terms of it just continuing to move up there is this here. So from the low here in wave 4 here, we could look at the market like this here in terms of 1 and 2 here, and 1 and 2 here, and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, and then now just going into the third wave. So from wave 2 here, looking at 1 and 2 here, and all the way up for 3, 4, 5 here for the third, the fourth, and a fifth wave moving up here higher. So that will take us much higher into the 4,000 and eventually the 5,000. So if it finds support on top of that 3,300, then we'll move to this particular count here for this. A little bit hard to get it all on the screen here, but yeah, a series of 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and the third wave moving here. Can't count this up here as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because this wave structure here is smaller in size than this one here. So this is the best fit to accommodate the Elliott theory in that regard. So at this level here, as I mentioned, we can expect the market to move higher into group 1, so 100 and 200 area here. And of course, 1 here, 100 will slow the market down somewhat, and but can reach higher in this space. So if I can just go to a clean chart for a moment. So what we're looking for at this level here, at 3,000, a major level, we're looking for some sort of setup here. So basically, if we consider this one here, if this is 3,000 across here, this level here, we're expecting some sort of pattern like this here, sitting here, and also the variation on this, which would be this one here. So what we're really looking for is that first high above the level to fold back down at that particular point. So this first high above the level here, wherever it goes up here, I can pull this apart here and we can still go higher here into between 100 and 200, but at some point it should fold back and test this. Now when it tests this, we're looking for some type of corrective move here, and then that will give us the opportunity to buy into that pullback in various ways. Or another way to look at this, we could look at the speed in which it's traveling from here. So I can just push that through there somewhere. So the other way to look at this too is that from this, I'll just call it a speed line here, which is also an indicator as well, because we could look at anything that the further it moves away from here would be overbought. And then on this side here, it'd be oversold on this side here. So we can wait for the market to pull back across this speed line here and pick it up this way, because anything over this side here eventually will pull back over here. This is its balanced line of travel here. So what I'm trying to say is we need to purchase it back over this side here, and we should be able to get a setup on that 3000. So that's what we'll be looking for there. Okay, let's look at the next stock. So with Facebook here, just starting on the 4-hour chart, this is the low here, the March low, the April-March lows, where everything moved up off that point there. So in this case, we can look at it this way as well, in terms of 1 and 2 here, and 1 and 2 and 3 here. This has given us a little bit of trouble here, but it does pan out quite nicely as an expanded flat correction. So an A wave here, an A and a B and a C here, quite complicated, and then dropping down for wave C here, which is not too far off the 38.2% retracement level coming in here. Would normally take it from the top of wave 3 here. So that would bring us 38. So it's quite close in here for that retracement. So it's quite tidy. And then we'll also be looking for this particular move up here. So we can see this is 1 and 2 in here, and 3 and 4. So we've still got a little bit more to go in here. But this should top out pretty much in line with Amazon for that particular move there. Wave 4 and wave 5 coming up into this space here. Just check that on the hourly chart. That's a 4-hour chart. Yeah, so that's cool. It's traveling nicely. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here, and then it'll be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 coming up into this space here. Once again, this level here, the medium level, which is halfway between two major levels, 200 and 300. So we should be able to find a setup across this level here. So we need to wait for that there as well. The risk reward trading this up here is too small. So let's move over and have a look at Apple. Okay, Apple on the daily chart here. Once again, we are seeing a nice strong trend here in terms of from the wave 4 low here, in terms of 1 and 2 here, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here, and seeing an extension in wave 5 here. Now, seeing the extension in wave 5 is okay, but it's probably not the right count. It's probably more of a 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 here, and looking at this third wave extending through this way. So we'll probably have to change this, but we've got trades in here at the moment, so we won't bother changing it just yet. But we will look for a new count once we arrive closer to the 400 area. There will be a resistance at the 380, which is a minor level. So we've got a major level here at 300, and then the medium level here at 400, and then another major level at 500. And in between that, we've got the Fibonacci numbers as a price ratio, 1, 2, 3, 5, and 8. But with 8 here, as you know, we always put in group 2, so 72, and also 65 will be in there as well. So that will cause resistance at the market. But we've got nice support at the midpoint here. It was resistance and it's migrated over to support at the midpoint, the 350, 5 being second strongest number in the market. So you can always expect something good there. We always look at 8 as a profit taking number. So we'll see the bids get hit at that point, and within that group 2, well, it's in group 2 at the moment. And the fact that it's in group 2 will give it a bit of bias to push higher at that stage. So on the 4-hour chart, just bearing in mind that we'll probably change this count, but 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 here and 3 here and 4 here and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here and looking up for wave 5 here. We can count this up as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here, but the problem with that, we've got a slight overlap on wave 4 and 1 here. So I'm a bit curious about that. We may need to count that a little bit differently. And now we'll be pushing up higher for that point there. So just going into the hourly chart now for this. Picking it up from wave 4 here, we've got wave 1 here and 2 here, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. For wave 3 and 4 here, everything was going quite well, still going well with 1 and 2 here. And then to count this as wave 3 here, I know this is corrective here, so that's okay, but we get that overlapping wave structure here. So I put this little wave 1 here. I won't go into the tick chart and explain everything right now, but it's possible that this is 1 and 2 here, then 1 and 2 here. But it doesn't really sort of matter to us that much. We've got 3 positions in here, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. And I've just moved the stop up under group 2 here, so we'll leave it at that. If group 2 can't hold the market, then we don't want to be in it anyway at this particular point. So we'll stay there and we'll look to take profit at the medium level here, 400. And if you're going to take any part profit at the moment, then this is the space to do it in now within group 2 here. Normally I'll be taking profit at the 72 or the 80 at this point, but normally once I find the market's has climbed up into this, you can see it a little bit on the hourly chart here. It took a while for it to actually stabilize on the 365. This is all of group 2 here, and you can see the importance of it in certain ways. I mean, 65 is an odd looking number, but we'll go into it at the moment. And then 72 here. So yeah, it's taken from all of this here, it's taken all this time to stabilize within group 2, but now it's in group 2, 65, 72 and 80. We can expect it to push higher. But if this market was going to fail anywhere, this is the space that it would fail in, and this is why we normally take profit or take a percentage at 72, I call it. But anyway, now it's in there. It's just better to leave it, and we'll see it push to the upside here over the days ahead. Alrighty, that's Apple, Facebook, and Amazon. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.